YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 duty stations in the Army. We're going to be talking about stateside and overseas, so everywhere. And this is just my opinion. If I were to pick out top 5 through, being in the military myself, hearing different people, PCSing and ETSing to different duty stations, and growing up in a military family, I have a pretty good idea of what the best duty stations are and where I would probably want to go if I were still in. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so number 5 is going to be Fort Carson, Colorado. It's located in the Colorado Springs area, which is a very nice area. Fort Carson's mainly known for its Mother Nature, its outdoors activities that you can do, such as fishing, hiking. There's a lot of state parks, the Rocky Mountains, just a lot of nature over there in general. And actually Fort Carson was one of the duty stations my brother recommended me. He was in the military as well for 4 years. And he told me that if I could go to Fort Carson, I should, because he's heard great things about it. It's super nice. And then also I did some research on Reddit to find military members who are actually stationed there recently, to see what they have said. And they said that one guy said that Fort Carson was actually a better duty station than Germany, and Germany's a very popular duty station as well. And so another person said that if you get Fort Carson, it kind of ruins your military career because you're so spoiled for being there. So there's a lot of great things about Fort Carson, Colorado. Very nice area. They do have pretty bad hailstorms. I've heard cars getting totaled because of the hailstorms that they have. So hopefully you got insurance if you go to Fort Carson. But other than that, Fort Carson is going to be number 5 on the list. Alright, so number 4 on the list is going to be Fort Lewis, Washington. I had to put Fort Lewis in there. There's a lot of things I can say about it, but one thing I can say is I grew up in Washington State in a military family. So I pretty much grew up on Fort Lewis. My whole life I used to play basketball on base all the time. I used to go to the gyms, the PX, everything. And it's been, over the years, they've been developing it pretty nice. It almost looks like a brand new city. Like the roads are all perfectly paved. And then Washington as well, outside of the base of Fort Lewis. If you're more into the city life, they have Seattle. And Fort Lewis is located pretty close to Tacoma, Washington. So Fort Lewis is really nice, and it's a little windy. The reason why I wouldn't want to get stationed there is simply because I've pretty much grew up there my whole life. So I had to put it number 4 as far as on the list. But if I were to get stationed there, I wouldn't mind it. I got family there, and it's a very nice area. Not only on base, but outside the base, there's a lot of things that you could do. So with that being said, I'm gonna put Fort Lewis on the list as number 4. Okay, so number 3 is going to be Hawaii. Who wouldn't want to get stationed in Hawaii? It's pretty much it's a destination where people go to vacation when they have vacation time from their jobs, or things like that, or school. They get school off, or they want to go somewhere nice just to get rid of stress, or just to go somewhere new. Hawaii is a very popular destination. This one is going to be close to the Honolulu area, which is on the Oahu Island. And yeah, Hawaii is very nice. I actually know someone who's stationed there right now, and they love it. What can I say? There's a lot of beaches. A lot of hikes and trails, a lot of views, and I think it's just a nice place to be, especially because you don't have to worry about the high cost of living. You'll get paid housing allowance based off where you live and stuff like that, if you're married or whatnot. So Hawaii is definitely on the top 3. Probably one of the best duty stations stateside, arguably. And so just depending on your preference, but yeah, Hawaii is going to be number 3 on the list. And yeah, Alright, so number 2 on the list is going to have to be Korea, I was actually fortunate enough to be stationed in Korea. I was in Camp Casey, which is Area 1. So if you think about it like a big old map, you know, from top to bottom, I was at the very top of South Korea, which is closest to North Korea. So not necessarily, you know, the best base or post or camp or whatnot. The further south you go, the little nicer it is, I would say. You know, Yongsan and Camp Humphreys is pretty much the most popular place to be. Camp Humphreys is like its own city. Everything's brand new. They're constantly building over there. It's like the biggest post in Korea. So, and then another good thing about Korea is that, you know, not only are you in a brand new country that you're probably, you know, most likely not from, but once you're in Korea, you can travel to different places like Japan. You can go to Thailand, the Philippines, different countries around the area for fairly cheap. It's not like you're flying from the United States all the way to the Philippines or to Japan. You know, you're already pretty close to the area, so that's another benefit. If you do go there, definitely travel out the country, and that goes for any overseas you know, duty station that you go to. So other than that, you know, the Korea is pretty nice. You know, the transportation system is amazing. You can get a T-Money card, which is like a little prepaid card that you can get at like a gas station, and pretty much for like, I think it's like 50 cents or $1, you can travel like everywhere. Like you just scan your card and get on the subway or the little bus station and just go wherever you want. So that's what the one thing I liked. So you don't really need a car over there. The transportation system's awesome. Food is awesome. There's a lot of nightlife over there. So if you like partying, you know, drinking, you know, soju, all of that. So like I said, Korea is pretty nice, and that's gonna have to be my number 2 duty station in the Army. All right, drum roll please. Okay, so we got the number 1 duty station in my opinion in the Army. It's going to have to be Germany. Believe it or not, I was actually born in Germany. So I kind of have experience of what Germany is like a little bit. I kind of remember, you know, my dad was there for a long time. I believe like 3-4 years, not really a long time, but you know, a decent amount of time. But yeah, Germany's awesome. You know, especially, you know, most military people, service members are alcoholics or part-time alcoholics, and everyone gets drunk on the weekend. So one thing about Germany is they have amazing beer, German beer. It's top tier. I think they have like, they used to have beer festivals. I remember going to one with my dad at a young age. You know, beer festivals, a lot of festivities over there. And like, you know, similar to Korea, Germany, you're in Europe. So with Germany, you can pretty much travel to like different countries almost like every weekend because everything's kind of close. You can take the, I think they have a train you can use, or you know, if you have a car or you want to get a ticket, you know, an airplane ticket to go travel. You know, you can go to different countries. I know my parents went to Italy, France, like a whole bunch of different places, which is pretty awesome to see different cultures, to be in different countries. And like I said, you get paid to work over there, so it's, you know, a win-win situation. There's another duty station in Europe, in Italy. That sounds pretty awesome. I think that's another good duty station as well. But for me, I'd have to go to Germany because I was born there. You know, I'm very into German engineering and BMWs and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's gonna wrap up today's video. That's my top 5 list. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section down below, or what your, you know, dream duty station is. If you could be anywhere in any post, where would it be? I'm curious to know. But thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. I'm trying to stay consistent with these video uploads, you know, trying to stay up, you know, keep writing ideas down and keep making content for you guys. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Helps with the channel growing. Like I said, leave any comments or questions or concerns down below. And if you made it to this far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Just click it. And that's gonna be it, guys and girls. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.